welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I thought I'd do a kind of get to know me and introduce you to this little terror. If you're new to my channel, my name's Georgie and I am a mum of one. This is Evie. She is 9 months old, aren't you? A bit of a terror. I also have 2 stepchildren called Izzy and Josh, who are 10 and 8, and I live in Norwich with my partner Nathan and obviously the kids and our dog Herbie, who is a little arsap. So you'll probably hear him barking in this video because he tends to sit at the top of the stairs and just bark at stuff out the window. What have you just dropped? Uh-oh. Oh no. So this is my little bug, as we call her, little Evie, isn't it? She is, like I say, she's 9 months old. She was born back in June, so not long until she's 1. Makes me so sad. She's very funny. She's a stubborn little monkey, aren't you? Yeah, she's into everything at the minute as well. She's like really found her little personality recently, which is super duper cute. Evie was a little surprise baby, so we weren't expecting you, were we? Best surprise ever, but yes, a little surprise baby. So about a year and a half before we found out about Evie, I'd also had an ectopic pregnancy. So obviously if you've ever been through something like that, that's quite a traumatic experience, and so I think a lot of the pregnancy I was like, oh, is she okay, what's going on? And every time I went to the midwife I was like, oh, is she okay, what's happening? And I was probably slightly over anxious. I didn't have a particularly easy pregnancy. I hurt my back and lots went on. So I was off work for quite a while as well, so it didn't help. Oh, and then I fell down the stairs, didn't I? I fell down the stairs. That was my fault, but she was absolutely fine. Clearly it's not hurt you in any way, has it? No, but we were very, very lucky. So yeah, I had, like I said, I had her back in June. She was a forceps baby. Very long labour. It was like 42 hours, wasn't it, my little pickle? And she was as cool as a cucumber the whole time though. I was tired and stressed, but her heartbeat stayed exactly the same even during the forceps. So yeah, there was a few complications afterwards with regard to me, so I was back at the hospital quite a bit, but everything was fine and everything is good. It's strange because I've ooh, bless you. You okay? You right there? Yeah, okay. Obviously I've got 2 stepchildren, and for a couple of years they were with us a lot of the time because their mum was a student. And so I'd obviously done like the raising children part, but I'd never done it from such a young age, like obviously newborn. So it was a bit of a learning curve. And Izzy and Josh, bless them, were great. I think anybody who's obviously got children or is with somebody who's already got children, it can be a bit of a concern as to how they're going to take to the baby. And how they're going to feel, because I mean Izzy and Josh had Nathan to themselves for nearly 10 years, well Izzy had, and Josh had him to himself for 8 years, so that was a big concern. But actually they've been brilliant, and they absolutely adore her. And I don't know what it is, but Josh walks in the room and this one bursts into hysterics, like hysterical giggling. So it makes me a bit sad when they're not here, because although she's still a very happy baby, you can tell she misses them. What? Yeah, so, but they are absolutely fab, and I couldn't wish for a better big brother or sister for her. Absolutely adore you, don't they? Even though you smack them in the face with a spoon quite a lot. Talk your spoon. Would you like your spoon? The spoon. Evie has a slight obsession with spoons, so I'm not quite sure why, but she does. So she likes to have something in her hand. She's very stubborn. Now this is a trait she probably gets from both myself and Nathan. I was a really stubborn child and a bit of a pain in the bum, I'll be totally honest. Sorry, Mum. I was a bit stubborn, wasn't I, little bug? And she has definitely picked up on that. Nathan is equally as stubborn, if not slightly more. So she was always going to be a bit of a stubborn girl, but we're trying to kind of crack down on that a little bit early. We've had to start introducing no to her quite firmly, and I think she's starting to pick up on it. I'm hoping that I don't have to like move loads of stuff around the house, and I can just teach her what she can and she can't touch and play with and stuff like that, because when we go to other people's houses, I don't want to be constantly worrying that she's just going to go and pull everything out. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we can do that. We'll see. So weaning wise, she's doing quite well actually. She's had a lot of illness in like her short life. She's picked up so many colds and like bugs and everything, and I guess that's part and parcel of having an older brother and sister. So that's kind of affected her weaning at certain points, because obviously she hasn't wanted to eat. So, but you're doing quite well. She is currently being raised pescatarian. I am vegetarian, or well, I know I was raised vegetarian, and I've recently, ow! Her teeth are really sharp. I've recently started eating like whitefish. Nathan and Izzy and Josh are meat eaters, so it's been a slight tetchy subject, but because I'm with her all the time and I'm feeding her kind of what I eat, she has sort of ended up vegetarian. Whether that will change further down the line and we decide we'll give her some meat, we haven't decided. At the minute she's doing absolutely fine being vegetarian, or pescatarian. So vegetarian, pescatarian, although fish is quite rare, she doesn't have it very often at all. She loves things like veggie sausages and everything like that. So I try, if Izzy and Josh are eating, say like sausage and mash, I'll try and replicate the same thing for her, but just a vegetarian sausage, or same as spaghetti bolognese and stuff like that, so she doesn't feel like it's particularly different, if that makes sense. What? Row, row, row your boat gently up the stream. If you see your daddy, don't forget to scream. Ah! No? What have you got in your nose? Oh, Evie. Yeah, so I can't remember what I was saying. So, well, yeah, she's pescatarian. So we shall see what happens with that one. We're going on our first holiday with her in June, which I'm really nervous about. My parents were really lucky to have a place out in Mallorca. So myself, Nathan and I and Evie are going out for a week with them. We were going to take Izzy and Josh, but it falls in term time. And so their mum has really kindly offered to have them for us, but would have been lovely to take them on your first holiday, wouldn't it? So yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm a little bit nervous about travelling with a baby, especially it's the aeroplane I think that worries me. So if you have any tips, please leave them below, because I don't know how I feel about it yet. But yeah, so that's kind of Little Miss Stubborn in a nutshell, isn't it? Little Miss Stubborn in a nutshell. So I'm going to put her on the floor because I think she's getting a little bit grizzly. She might want to play with her spoon. She dropped the spoon. This could cause issues. So I guess I should tell you a little bit more about me, really, because I'm really aware that I've started making videos, and although I introduced myself at the beginning, you don't really know much about me, and I kind of like to know a bit about people when I watch them. So I am 32, like I said, I live in Norwich. Before I had Evie, I was a primary school teacher. It was something, I went to university, so I'll go back a bit further actually. So when I did my A-levels, my parents were saying, oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to do when you go to university? Blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really have a clue, and I didn't want to go to university. My parents were quite adamant that I was going, so my dad and I kind of had a conversation roughly, what kind of things could I do at uni? And so in the end I just said, you pick it, tell me where I'm going, type thing. So my dad decided what I was doing at university, so I did English with American Studies, because I was interested in America and I wanted to go to New York and all this kind of stuff. And English because it was just a very general subject. What are you doing? Yeah, so, and then he found a couple of universities and said, right, here's a couple, you need to see which one you want to go to. So Mum and I trotted off to have a look at Canterbury. That was the only university we went to look at. And I literally went and I was like, I can't bother to look at any others. I'm just going to come here. So I ended up at Canterbury Christchurch. It was University College when I first started, and it was university when I finished. Evie, what are you doing? Yes. Yeah, so, and then when I finished uni, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, and I came home and I did some work in a hotel, because when I'd been at high school I'd worked in a hotel just doing some like chambermaid work and bar work and stuff like that. So I got a job in a hotel, and then after a couple of months I hated it. I absolutely hated it, and I went and worked in a private school, just in the learning support department. So I would have children with learning difficulties or children who were struggling in certain subjects, and I would help them basically. I was only 21 at this time, so I wasn't much older than some of them, because some of them were sixth form students. So that was a little bit strange and quite difficult actually. And then one day I just went home and I went, I'm just going to be a teacher. My parents were like, what do you mean just going to be a teacher? Like, you have to want to do it. And part of me wanted to, but I kind of didn't as well. So off I trotted, found my course, and I went and did a year's teacher training course. And then I just fell into teaching, and it was one of those things. I was training, and I remember saying to my friend, I don't know why I'm doing this, I really don't want to do this. And then once you get started, and the money's quite good, and I enjoyed aspects of it, but as time went on I enjoyed it less and less and less. So I took 6 months out after about 6 years, and I did my level 2 beauty therapy. And the plan was to go and carry on doing that, but at the time Nathan was changing jobs and it was all a bit all over the shop. So I ended up going back to teaching for a couple of years, and then I fell pregnant with Evie, and Nathan and I just said, that's it, you're not going back, do something you want to do. And so at the minute I'm just enjoying being a mum at home. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for years and years and years and years, but with teaching it was so like there were so many restraints around what I couldn't do, and this was something I couldn't do. So I just decided, stuff it, I'm just going to do it. It's something I really want to do, I enjoy it, I'm just going to have a bit of fun with it. So that's what I've done really. So at the minute I am kind of at home with Evie and Izzy and Josh when they're here, and I'm just trying to make some YouTube videos and see what happens really. Evie is destroying her sister's bedroom right now. I'm in Izzy's room right now. And she's pulling out all her books. It's going to be fun. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the minute. We currently rent our house. Our house is a beautiful house from the outside. It needs a lot of work, a lot of work, and the landlord's not really up for doing that work. And we moved in here as kind of a stopgap until we bought a house. It's a 3-bedroom house, so obviously we have a bedroom, Izzy and Josh have a bedroom each. And about a week after moving in, we found out I was pregnant with Evie. So we had plans to do bits and bats to the house, but as soon as we found out I was pregnant, it was like, well, we can't stay here because Evie needs a bedroom. So we just didn't do anything. So the house is just and I cannot wait to move. We're hoping to move within the next few months, because obviously Evie's now 9 months and she's still in with us because she doesn't have a bedroom. So her cot is down the side, or down my side of the bed. Evie, oi! Just gonna stop her destroying the book. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with the house. So we're looking to move potentially nearer the kids' mum, or slightly further out. I basically, there's a school I want Evie to go to when she's older, so I want to make sure we're within catchment of that, which is a really, really bad reason when she's only 9 months, but I think it's the teacher in me. So, and it'll be easier as well if we're a little bit nearer their mum, because currently it's kind of a 20-mile round trip. So yeah, it would just be a lot easier for everybody, I think, if we were all a bit nearer, and it's a nicer area as well. So we shall see what happens. So that's kind of me and Little Bug, as we call her. Actually, she has quite a few names. She has Evie, Little Bug, Goo Little, don't ask, and several other names. So if ever you hear her being referred to as random names, it's usually probably Evie we're referring to. You won't really see Izzy and Josh much in the videos. I think I have kind of touched on that before. I haven't actually told their mum I'm doing YouTube yet. She's in Australia at the moment, and obviously I don't want to put them in the videos without her permission. Nathan is absolutely fine with it. Izzy is desperate to be in the videos, like she really wants to be. Josh, I don't think really understands what's going on. I think he's a bit like, why are you walking around with a camera in your hand, you strange girl? But yeah, so at some point we'll speak to them and speak to her, and the kids will probably be in it. Up until then, you'll probably just see like legs or hear them talking, but won't necessarily see their faces. So yeah, I'm also hoping to do some vlogging. I have got a vlogging camera. It's building up the confidence to do it in public. Who knew that was going to be such a hard thing? I can do it when I'm with Nathan, but other than that, I can't do it. I kind of struggle when I'm like this. And I'm probably look weirder than I would if I just had the camera in my hand. So yeah, Nathan is in two minds about if he wants to be in the vlogs or the videos, because he wants to be, but he also doesn't. I don't think he knows why he doesn't want to be, but he will probably be in some. He just won't be in a lot, so you may well see him at certain points. So yeah, that's kind of it. I hope this video hasn't been too boring. It's difficult when you sit down to talk about yourself. You don't really know what to say. I'm going to be honest, just going to put it out there. And the dog is barking. And Evie is currently destroying all of Izzy's books, which is that's going to be fun to tell Izzy later. So yeah. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave me a comment below. I love reading your comments, so please go and leave me a comment. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links are down below. And I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!